Hey superheroes, it's been a little while since I saw you, a few days at least, maybe about a week or so. So here we go, back with the shop vlog. This is the left-handed hound dog. I know I've got two names, I'm both using hound dog for two different types of guitars. I know that. Get off my back, it's all right. So what we're basically doing with this one, this is probably this is the last of the made to orders that I've got. This one's heading over to the UK. So what I've done is, you can notice over here, this is the scratch plate. All right, so this little section here, I actually haven't given quite enough room just in this section here. So I'm going to be using my Dremel with the sanding bit to just take it out a little tiny bit further, probably to about there. Now you notice I've got it clamped on the bench, so we'll see how this goes. All right, movers and shakers. There you go. Fitting in very, very nicely. Making sure that I was using my goggles, which was a very good thing, in fact. That's my little safety spot up there. I put my goggles there and I got my mask there. Very good, in fact, that I was using my goggles, because this Dremel, this is actually a proper Dremel, and these are actually proper Dremel pieces. But no matter how tightly I tighten that bushing down to squish in, this kept coming loose, and I noticed that it was sliding there. So if that has come off and hit me in the eye without some eye protection, that could have been really bad. So that is something to keep an eye on, and that is why we use eye protection, boys and girls. All right, so we can see we've got our volume tone control put in here. We've got the volume control put in here. Now I need to make space to put in the pickup, and that's what we're going to do next. So I always use, and I always have hanging around, a spare one of these little thingies, which is the surround for the 3-pole pickups that I use. This is a 4-string. This will be a 4-string, but the 3-pole pickup has more than enough magnetic field to pick up that lovely, all those lovely string goodness. So let's set this up. This is basically in place now where I want it to be. I'm going to put a couple of screw holes in. I'm going to put a screw hole there, just to set us right, make sure it doesn't move while I line this up and get it ready to cut. And I'm going to put another one here as well. So ready and set, ready to go. All right, so here's a trick. I'm going to put some tape down over here, but I don't want the tape to rip up the finish, just in case. So a little trick here that I did see was get your tape, put your tape on the bench, do that, pick it up, and it's going to have all that little bit of gunk on it there. And what I want to do now is, I'm just going to lie it there. It'll stick, but it's not going to be as tacky as it was before, because it's already got like dust and dust particles and everything in there. So that's just a nice little easy trick. Just to, if your tape that you're using is a bit tough and you're worried about pulling the finish off, just get it a bit of dirt on it, and that really works well. All right, so you can see here, let's go a little closer there. All right, let's point out a couple of things. Here's my trusty white piece of wire. All right, here is the pickup. It is a left-handed guitar. All right, so you're going to notice this is not in reverse. Things are left-handed. So what you would normally see number 1, okay, which is, number 1 lug, which is this one here, would normally be your earth. You'll notice over here that number 3 is the earth, okay? Number 1 is the live. That's where the live wire from the pickup comes into here. We've got a 0.047 microfarad capacitor linked between 1, 2 on the tone pot. Sorry, because this is left-handed, sorry, it's throwing me off a little bit. 3, 1 and 2, yes. Number 3 is the earth, that'll come over to here, those 2 points. So I've joined those up. The blue cable coming out actually on this one is the live wire coming out to the live. You can see the live here. You can see this is the earth because it's connected to that sleeve here. There we go. So this one now, there's 2 things. This is the earth. There's a black cable there that goes to there. And then this blue cable is actually the earth wire, which will run to where the strings will be anchored on the rear of the guitar. So if I pan back a little bit, you'll see the overall way it's going to look. So very tidy, very neat. And that's the idea with your wiring. You need to keep it nice and tidy, nice and neat. And that'll get the job done. All right, so we've got a tester. So I've got my pig nose here, plugged it in. Obviously there's no earth connected to anything at the moment. All right, so this is your tone control. This is your volume control. It's always good to test both coils, so we can see that both coils are working fine. Roll the volume off. Nothing. So, yeah, definitely louder as you wind it up. This is so you can hear that. Right, so you know your tone control is working, you know your volume control is working, the output jack is working just fine, pickup is working just fine. I love these pickups. All right, that is some good news. Okie dokie. This is where we're up to now. We have got all the electronics installed except for the earth wire, which is going to run from back here once I've got the bridge position all set up and where I want that. The pickguard is screwed in place and all nicely balanced all the way through. Yeah. And the nut, which I've used rosewood, is filed, spaced, sitting very nicely, just waiting for a final file. I'm hoping I've actually got that height pretty much spot on. I love these guitars. I really like building these. We sold the right-handed one about three weeks ago, and this was an order that was put through probably about 2 months ago now. So we're running a few weeks behind schedule with everything that's going on. But we've got a very patient client over in the UK, most appreciated. I love using industrial ply, like the old Japanese guitars from the 60s and 70s. Look at this. Look at those beautiful markings, those stripes running through there. That's so cool. And this has all been brought out, I might have shown you before, with blowtorch. So it's all burnt in. Now I'll show you the back. The bowl's not on yet. And yes, the dog bowl I use does have pussycats and puppy dogs on it. It does. There we go. Yes, I said pussycats and puppy dogs, or puppy cats and pussy dogs, I don't know. There we go. Look at that. There we go. Birdwood Guitars, May 22, Hound Dog. The neck is currently screwed on, but it will actually be glued and screwed. The screws are more or less to hold everything together. And I just want to double check and make sure that I've got the height right, just in case I need to put a shim in the neck before I glue. And the screws will basically just be a little bit of extra strength there. That's basically it. So cool. I'm still thinking about leaving the dog bowl running free and held in by tension instead of screwing it in, because I like the clean look of that. Actually, it looks really nice just being clean. So whether or not I don't use hot glue. I don't like using hot glue at all. I think hot glue is very overrated in cigar box guitar building as an adhesive. So when I string these up, as I've told you before, I rest the guitars. I don't just package them up and post them off, because you want to see how the neck joint is reacting. You want to see how the timbers are reacting. You want to see how everything's behaving itself, just in case, because especially with this going to the UK, it's going thousands and thousands of kilometers across the other side of the world from here in Australia, and the last thing you want to do is have it get there and something went wrong in transit because I didn't let it sit, for an extra day or so. So I always say, just that little bit of extra time, and it makes a hell of a difference. But I love this, and I love this kind of rustic kind of look on the guitars that I build. and I just love the fact that it's got these lovely markings in it, and it's just, you know, you can get it and knock it and drop it, and I think it's just, it's lots of fun. All right, quick amendment. Obviously the guitar is held like this. All right, so this is it completed, and I'll now leave it for a couple of days just to make sure it's fine before I send it off to James in the UK. I'm going to play it upside down at the moment, so excuse me for some crappy playing. Man, this is fun. All right, turn the volume off. All right, that's obviously on distortion. Let me just switch the channel. All right, I'm playing through a solid state with 1987 Studio 85 Fender solid state amp. Turn the tone down a little bit. That's tonal wave. Turn the tone up, you really get the sound of this little sucker. Heaps of fun. I wish it was right-handed. Anyway, talk to you soon. Bye. All right, so this is the deal at the moment. I went to turn the website off the other night. Yes, I have been yammering on to you about closing the website and going onto Reverb and doing all of that stuff. But when it came to turning off the website, I had a real problem doing it. I think the biggest issue that I've got with turning off the website is it's kind of become a part of me. It's definitely Birdwood Guitars. People, you know, if they look it up, you can type in birdwoodguitars.com and it'll come up. It's pretty easy to do. The other thing is that, as I said, it's that creative outlet for me. It gives me a point of reference that maybe Reverb doesn't do. I'm still keeping the guitars on Reverb, so they're there as well. It's a free website, Reverb, so I might as well keep it there. So if you want to see the guitars on Reverb, it's great. If you want to buy from Reverb, it's fantastic. The Reverb are really, really great. I've usually only ever heard good things with Reverb. So my stuff is on eBay too. I'm not as big a fan of eBay, only because the costs are there. But, you know, at the end of the day, if I'm going to put them there's no sense whinging and bitching about how much it costs to sell through eBay, because I've made the choice to do it. So it's just getting the product out there, you know, really. So made to order is still not happening. I need to focus on my job, which is, you know, I've gone back to primary school teaching, which I love, which I absolutely really love doing. So there is that, and, you know, and then I've got the guitars, which I'll work on when I get the chance and when I want to. And I will be building some more juke joint rockers for sure. They may not be exactly the same as the ones from previous, but only because I just, you know, I want to do something different. I want to experiment. I'm definitely going to be focusing on, if you have a little look down here at the pedal section, this is retro electric effects and birdwood effects. This is where all the pedals get made. You can see I've got a couple up here being made at the moment. With this enclosures, I'm playing around with some ideas with this particular enclosure at the moment, which is probably going to be, I did build a silicon fuzz, like a fuzz face style pedal using this, but I think what I'm going to be doing is I might look at seeing if I can do seeing if I can actually do a germanium. I've got some really nice germanium transistors which I've matched up really nicely, and I think they'll actually make a pretty kick-ass germanium pedal. So, you know, negative power, you know, negative 9-volt power. The positive goes to, so it's a little bit trickier for people when they're using them, because you can't just use it like a Boss 9-volt adapter. Because you can blow it up, so, or blow up the adapter or whatever. So, and they don't like playing nicely in a daisy chain. So there is that thing with old Russian germanium transistors, that type of thing. Bulgarian, actually. These transistors are from Bulgaria. Anywho, that's basically what's been going on with us. So we're still Birdwood Guitars, we're still here. So, you know, check us out, and thanks for watching, and I will talk to you soon. Go and build something, have some fun. Bye.